Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How is everybody today? I hope you are all fabulous. So I guess we called this the Tunisian Surprise with Toni. It's not really a surprise anymore. I mean, like, I think everybody knows what's going on already, but that's okay. Let me hit the go live button here on Instagram if it's going to come up. Why is it being slow today? Oh, sometimes I just don't know. All right, we'll give that a second. Maybe. I put it in here. Why isn't it going live? All right, we'll give it a second. But anyway, it's not a surprise anymore. You know who our guest is. You know what we're talking about. I just realized I forgot to turn on one of my lights. Maybe that would make things look a little brighter. It is a day today, people. Hi, Dawn. Great to see you. What is going on over here on Instagram? Okay. Well, let me bring in our guest and then I'll continue as I chat to figure this out. So hi. Here's our guest. Here she comes. Hi, Toni.
Katelyn. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. I don't know what is going on over here with Instagram. I set it up. I copied the link.
Instagram being salty today.
I know. And we don't want to be like mean to our friends here.
We don't want to miss our Instagram peeps.
No, let me see if I can do it. I don't know if I can actually do this while we're live, but we're going to try it.
Try it. Why not?
We're going to try removing. Guys, if anything happens and we like are not here for a second, we'll be right back.
You got to roll with it. Hey, the technology does what she wants.
I just don't understand. Like, okay, whatever. We're just going to keep going with it. And hopefully Instagram people will come on over. I don't know. But we have Julia, we have Lindsay, we have Dawn, we have Samantha, we have Gloria. We have so many people coming in saying hi, say hello. Let us know where you're from. They're all saying hi to you, Toni, as well. We're so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. It's been a heck of a week. It's been a really, really exciting week. So I'm glad that we could spend a little time.
I know. Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm letting that go. So if you're trying to watch on Instagram, I'm sorry. Watch the replay. I don't know what to tell you.
We tried.
Whatever. So if you don't know who Toni is, which I can't believe you wouldn't by now, you want to go follow T Yarn Crafts. It's right there under her image there. That's what you want to go follow on everything, because if you're not, I don't know what rock you've been living under, you're in the wrong place. Go follow Toni. That's all I can say. Especially those Tunisian lovers or the Tunisian curious. She is going to be your gal to go and get everything you're going to need, all new stuff, patterns, tools, everything. She is your girl. Now, let's say you still do other things and we still love you for other designs. But when I think Tunisian, I think Toni Lipsy. I just think they go hand in hand.
Me too. I mean, Tunisian crochet has really been, it's been a huge part of my business, like since I learned the craft. Like I picked it up for the first time in 2017, and pretty much for the entirety of that year, I didn't do anything else. I like fully immersed myself in Tunisian crochet, learning the stitches, learning the techniques, perfecting things, trying different tools, playing around with patterns. So like once I was finally able to debut it as like a part of my business, I was like, guys, I gotta tell you about this thing. And it really just hasn't stopped from there, because like at least for myself, I've been crocheting for a long time. Absolutely love it. And I feel like, it's a topic that has been well researched and documented, and we design and all that good stuff. But Tunisian crochet felt like this very new thing to discover, and I think it's that ability to constantly be learning new thing that really keeps me motivated in that direction. And then I always want to share it, because I'm like, I have to tell my crochet friends about this. I can't be the only one who knows. So yeah, I really love the topic, and just always learning something new, always.
Yeah, so I know, okay, this might be like dating me, but at one point there was this thing called the Nook. I think that's what it was called. Yeah. And it was like the hook with the string, and it was like this thing, but it wasn't Tunisian.
Right.
And it wasn't knitting, and it wasn't crochet, and it was just very confusing. And I was like, no. Like I tried it because I was a curious knitter, but it just wasn't. I like crochet a lot more. It was faster, it was easier, it was whatever. And I was like, oh, let me try this. It has a hook, it's whatever. I tried it and I was like, no.
Yeah.
No.
So,
Then I found Tunisian,
mhm,
and I was like, now this is it.
you do.
This is the spot to be in.
Yeah, nooking is like a little tricky because it's so I've heard it called nooking, obviously, but then it's also called just double-sided Tunisian crochet, right? Because you're
Okay.
creating fabric on both sides. So for those who don't know, with Tunisian crochet, especially worked flat, you only work on one side.
Right.
So kind of similar to knitting, you're gonna have, the fabric that you intended to make on the front, and then on the back, you're gonna have a series of, what look like loops, the bumps, like you would get purl bumps. Now, when you work Tunisian crochet on both sides or nooking, you're essentially creating fabric on both sides of the work, which for a beginner would not recommend. Zero
Yes,
out
that
of
was
10.
a bad idea.
I would not start there because you're working with this really foreign tool, right? You've got this crochet hook with a hook on both ends. You're trying to keep tabs on all your loops, which as crocheters, that is not something we're used to having to worry about. And there aren't a lot of resources to help. So I tried nooking as well. I dropped a stitch and I was like, well, I'm done. Like I'm finished because I had no idea how to fix it. I had no idea who to ask. It's just not as researched and documented, and there's not a lot of tutorials and stuff on it. So I think Tunisian crochet is kind of like the level 1 version of that.
It's not even, there's so much you can do with Tunisian crochet, and all of the stitches. Like when I first learned of Tunisian, I was like, oh, the simple stitch. This is what you do. This is all you can do. You can make a square. You can make a this. You can make a that, turn it into something. Yeah. And then my eyes were open to all of the different stitches that you could do with it. And I was like, oh my God, this is almost, dare I say, better than knitting,
I mean, there's definitely this opportunity to explore, right? You've got all these stitches. They can be different heights. They can cross over each other. Then you throw in colors. So it ends up being like this really fun, like experiment. And what's cool too is like when I first learned Tunisian crochet, I was told there were over 400 stitches. I was like, wow, so many stitches to learn. And then my friend Lori is coming out with a book later this year with over 500 stitches. I was like, hold up, did she just invent like 100 stitches? So I am so excited to get that book. And that's the kind of thing where I'm like, oh, there's always something more. There's always another door to open with Tunisian crochet. And that's why I can't get enough. I can't.
Yeah, I'm excited about her books too. I started seeing people start talking about it. I know last year at H&H, I had talked to her about it and she was telling me all about it. And I was like, you are crazy. That is so many stitches. Like,
I was like, better you than me, girl, but I will be there day one to get my copy. Cause I know she's been working on that for like over 2 years. Yeah. She's like, I want this to be, because I feel like every kind of generation of makers has like these, like the Bible of crochet or the Bible of knitting. And I feel like she's trying to create that for us as Tunisian crocheters. And I just think it's so cool to be like actively stitching as this book is coming out. I feel like it's going to be the kind of thing that like goes down in history for us.
Yeah, I love it. And we should say too that you have a fabulous book. I forgot to get it out of my library over here. Oh, good. You have one.
Of course I have one.
On our website, it's the Tunisian Crochet Handbook. Guys, it's fabulous. It teaches you a ton about Tunisian crochet. No, it does not have 500 stitches in it, but it has a bunch of patterns in it so that you can learn the stitches with visuals, and then you can move right into making a different project. And I love too how you start, like you have something as simple as the ear warmer, which to me is always a great project when you're learning something new, because why do I want to make a swatch? Like, I don't want to make a swatch.
What am I going to do with that?
Right. So that's like a glorified swatch with some more stitches to it that I can actually get something in the end while I'm practicing this new technique. So I love that. And it goes all the way up to garments, guys. There's a cardigan in there and everything. So it really covers all of the bases. You've got to check it out. Yeah. It's a great book.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Tunisian Crochet Handbook's been out since 2021. So she'll have a birthday in December. She's aging like a fine wine, this girl right here. I'm loving it so much. And what's nice about it is like, I really, especially when it came to the patterns, I wanted to create like these timeless pieces that we can all grow with. So whether you got the book in 2021 or you get the book in 2050, there'll still be things that we want to wear and will still be stylish and like these staples that we can keep in our closets. So yeah, like you were saying, it does kind of guide you through, you know, your confidence as it continues to grow. So you can make something small like a pot holder or an ear warmer. You can kind of build through pillows and pet beds and eventually get to a cardigan and like big blankets. And so whatever it is that you like to make, whatever you just want to jump into, there's an option in here. 20 different patterns, plus like pages and pages of tutorials and really breaking everything down. Because I really wanted to create a book that like took you from, I have no idea. I know nothing about this. Even if you've never crocheted before, like it teaches you how to make a slip knot and how to make a chain, you know, like taking it really back to those basics of like, I've never picked up a hook before, but I want to try this thing. And I'm like, I got you, girl. I got you, bestie. We gonna make this happen. So yes, Tunisian Crochet Handbook is available on We Crochet's website. So y'all should go get one. Y'all should definitely check it out.
And while you're shopping there, you might as well shop the latest collaboration that we did. I just put the link in there so you have it. Guys, I have to tell you right now, we only have 164 left out of the 500 that we got. So Toni is showing you what we have left. That is in the vinyl case. That is our like traditional packaging for Tunisian hooks. We had 500. We are down to 164. The beautiful clutch set that we had 500 gone.
Gone. All gone. I hope y'all got one.
On Friday last week. 500 gone.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I love it though.
I don't even know what to say. We're very grateful that Toni worked with us on this beautiful color of Tunisian hooks. And, you know, this has has some new features that our other Tunisian hooks didn't have. And before we get into that, I do want to say, so this color, it's like an orangey, what did you say? It was your favorite tomato sauce, and now I can't remember.
My favorite tomato sauce.
Or pasta sauce.
Oh.
What did you say color it was?
I said it was like a tomato red.
Oh, tomato red. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I made that up. Never mind.
It reminded me of like marigolds, though. It looked like flowers.
Marigolds.
Gorgeous, like coral color. Yeah.
It is gorgeous. It's definitely, it's coming out way more red on the screen. It is a little bit more orange when you see it in person.
Here we go.
I do want to tell you that we do have 2 other cases. They do not come as a set or anything, but we have the tealy green case here and we have a pink version. So if you are getting the one that's left in the vinyl set, you still can get a case for yourself. It's just not going to be the coordinating color. So sorry, but
these hooks would look beautiful in that teal case.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Still very teal Yarn Crafts colors. Listen, I'm like a pinky peach teal girl. So it works. It still works, y'all.
Yes. So if you get a case, it'll fit in there. If not, and you get the vinyl packaging, you're still going to have a great home to hold on to it. But these are our brand new Tunisian hooks. Why are they brand new, you say? Well, let's just take a moment to like let this sink in. They are more pointed. It's a little hard to see on here, but they're more pointed than our other ones. Ours were very dull and rounded. And I said, who designed these? This is frustrating to try to do Tunisian, especially depending on the yarn. I was like, this doesn't work. And so we were in the process of designing some more pointier hooks. We got in first things first with Toni. So we were able to create the custom color of wood with her and the colors. And then we got to put the pointier hook on. Now, let me just say, and Toni, you can chime in. It's not like super pointy. It's not like you're going to be, it's not like getting like a stiletto set of knitting needles where they're like sharp, sharp, sharp. Like you're not going to be poking yourself and going, ow, ow. But it's a nice enough point that it can help you get into your stitches, especially if you're twisting stitches or, you know, going between the stitches and that type of thing.
Definitely. Yeah, I 100% agree. And that was one of the things, like when we first started working together, I was like, all right, y'all, well, let's start talking about a pointy hook here. And you guys absolutely delivered. Like the point is just pointy enough to, you know, get into both of those loops on that end stitch or like really scoop those loops really nice, but without hurting yourself. You know, it's like just shy of there. So it's a slightly rounded but pointy hook. I think the dimensions that we got on that are absolutely perfect. I love them.
Yeah.
Love it.
I
Yeah.
love them. I love them. And we should say that these are Tunisian in the round sets. So you're not just getting one, but you're getting two of all of the sizes. And this allows you to do Tunisian in the round, where you have to like work stitches on, then work stitches off, work stitches on, work stitches off. So it gives you that double-ended hook, but it has the cord so that you can make a garment. You can make a sleeve. You can make all of those different things with your set of hooks.
Yeah.
So,
and it's cool too for like for all the friends who just would rather crochet flat. Now you've essentially got two sets of hooks, right? So you can have, and then my philosophy is if you've got more hooks, you can start more projects. I'll just say, don't let me enable you, but like that's what I tell myself at least.
Yeah, that's exactly how I think of things. And sometimes I worry about myself and I'm like, oh, why am I doing this to myself?
When the inspiration strikes, like it's you gotta let that creativity flow. You gotta let it out sometimes.
Yeah. And we should also say that as part, I'm trying to pull mine out without making, okay, maybe I'm going to just make a total mess here. Whatever, we're just going to pull it out. We have the new swivel cables as well. So it's just like all of our other cables. You can find these on our knitting needles too over from Knit Picks. If that's what you're looking for, you just screw them in. And the cool part is your cable stays still and your hook can twist. And why might that be important? You might be asking. Because Tunisian crochet can be hard on your wrist if it's not swiveling.
Yes, 100%. There's so much weight that can rest on your wrists and your hands, the top of your hands, especially. You'll start getting that fatigue and that stiffness, that soreness. And a lot of that is because now your hand, your wrist especially, is trying to support not only whatever your hand is doing, but all the weight of the fabric that you're creating on your project. And swivel cords, just like that one little change gives you so much relief. Like it's the kind of thing where like it's tough to explain, but once you try them, you're like, oh, I get it now. Yeah.
There is a question here about, did Toni's hooks sell out? Yes, in the clutch set they have sold out. You can get them still in the regular vinyl case that we typically sell our Tunisian hooks in, but you will not be able to get it in the clutch that goes with it. But like we were saying before, we do have two other clutch colors that are just an empty clutch that you could buy the hooks and then put them inside. I have to say these are also our updated clutches, and why they're updated was because, again, they were mimicked off of our knitting needle clutches, right? And knitting needles, you know, you put two in and everything. It was not working for my Tunisian hooks. It was getting too tight in there. And I said, no. So these have more of an elastic to them. So they allow your hooks to go in a lot easier than the other versions. It still works. It's just a tighter fit. And I was like, no, we're going to do this right if we're going to do it. And so the green and the pink are also the updated clutch inside as well. So you'll still be able to have that same functionality. And again, you still have the pockets everywhere else. So yeah. Oh, we have one from Alberta, Canada, said, I managed to get my set in the storage clutch. So looking forward to getting it. We're so excited.
So excited for y'all to try them. I know some, like I can always tell the people who got the expedited shipping because their hooks already arrived. And I've been getting so many really, really sweet messages of just like first impressions of the hooks when people receive them. But I cannot wait for y'all to start actually stitching with these because like the tension is so like smooth and even. It works well with like, I've had luck with these with cotton, with wool, with acrylic. Everything that I've used with these hooks has just, it glides like butter. I can't wait for y'all to try them. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And I know people say like, oh, wood versus metal and everything else. And yes, it is a personal preference. I will say these are polished like wow, and have a nice coating on them so that they are nice and smooth. Is it going to work with every yarn? No. Is it going to work with every tension? No. You have to play around with it. You make it work for yourself. But I will call out that it still has our normal thumb rest. So it's not like a deep thumb rest. It's not like a huge thumb rest. It's not a wide thumb rest. It stays right in line with the hook. Like you don't even know it's there until you touch it and feel it. And it goes from here to here. Like it's a nice long thumb rest. So if you hold it back here, if you hold it more front, if you hold it wherever, you've got the space to do it.
Yeah.
And I like it too, because I know I've tested out Tunisian hooks where the thumb rest did go out, just like a traditional hook would, where it like bubbles out a little bit. I found that a lot harder to use as I was trying to get my stitches on, because they had to change size at that thumb rest part, where this is all one diameter.
It's like those little details that you guys got right with these. And I'm like, I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. Bring it on. I am enamored with these. And not only are they beautiful, but they're functional. I love that they come with the swivel cables, which is not the case with a lot of hooks on the market. So, you know, I know that they're certainly not cheap, but they're definitely an investment. And I think, you know, if you're only going to have a few sets in your stash, I think this should be one of them for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. And as a reminder, we have 162 left. So go and grab them now. I know some people were saying they were going to hold off and wait. Guys, I don't know that they're going to make it through the weekend. I mean, we sold almost 100 yesterday alone. So they're moving, and we want you to know we should have said this too. We did not clarify this. They're limited edition. Meaning once they sell out, they are gone. Like, we are not rerunning these. We are not doing anything. These were an exclusive fun thing that we did with Toni. And they turned out great. And I also want to call out the sizes that Toni helped us pick in here. So a lot of people think that when you get a Tunisian set, like, why doesn't it go to smaller sizes? Why doesn't it go all the way as low as other sets go? The reason is because you're not going to use them. Because when you work Tunisian, you typically go up a hook size from what you would typically work that weight of yarn at, just because of the way the stitches are. You're not going to use the small sizes. So we added the big sizes to the end of it by taking away the smaller sizes. And so it really does give you that variety in what you're able to work with and what you're able to make.
Yeah. And so it's nice because the set starts with a 4.5 millimeter, which is like the perfect size, like a really great tension for like your fingering weight yarns. You can also get a nice gauzy like gauge with like a mohair or like a lace weight. And then we go all the way up to an 8 millimeter. And I think it's important to mention too that these ones have 7 millimeter in there, which is like, I feel like that is a signature of We Crochet at this point, because you guys are some of the only people that I found that have 7 millimeter hooks in their sets.
Yep.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got enough sizes to go from your fingering weight, even your lace weight, all the way up to like your bulky weight yarns. So you've got a lot of range in there to make tons of different projects with this one set.
Yeah, we love it so much. We are so excited. And we'll say too, if you need a super bulky, you can buy them individually. You're not going to be able to match the color here with Toni, but we do have them on the website over on crochet.com that you can get a bigger hook for Tunisian if you need it. It's just not in this set, but still, I don't know. I'm not working any bigger than a bulky weight, worsted weight when I'm doing Tunisian. I mean, go ahead if you want to, but I'm sticking right in here.
Yes, this is my happy place. This is my comfort zone right here. I feel like I can make 99% of my projects with the sizes in this set for sure. So I'm gonna put you on the spot for a super quick second. You let me know if you can even answer this. So now that we've seen the response to like a slightly pointier hook, do you know if We Crochet is planning to update some of the other gorgeous sets that y'all have? Yeah. Yay. Oh, that's so good to hear. Because I know not everybody's going to be able to get a set of these, but even if you can't get my hooks, We Crochet makes absolutely beautiful tools. Like I wouldn't pass them up.
Yeah, so actually this fall, we are going to be launching some brand new hooks that are going to be different from what you've seen in the past. So you're going to want to follow along. I mean, Toni will be one to know once they actually show up. I don't have samples yet, but yeah. So you'll be able to hear all about it. But yes, we have brand new tools to hooks coming in the works. After all of the fun planning we did on these hooks, we really wanted to push forward with some other new things too.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that is such good news. Listen, y'all getting all the tea today.
Yeah.
Okay, now you know. You're some of the first to know. So just squirrel that one away for the fall.
Yeah. Sign up for all the email lists so that you know all of the people who use our stuff. They're going to be the first to know. So the first to start sharing. So yeah.
Yeah. Totally. And if you need a project for your new hooks, may I present? This is my Lameia Wrap. This is one of the first Tunisian crochet projects that I released. It's a really beautiful, like you start actually with just like 3 stitches, real simple, easy peasy, and you just gradually increase with some of the most lovely texture and like really gentle shaping. So if you've never tried some of these techniques before, this is like you know how to do simple stitch. Now let's step it up just a little bit. Like this is kind of like your level 2 project. So if you need something to go on your hooks, this is actually a kit available from We Crochet. So I made it in the lovely City Tweed. Erin, this is the color Toad. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. But I mean, they're all pretty. It was so hard to choose. It was so hard to choose a color. But like this really lovely, like dark grassy green is just absolutely stunning. It's got that little bit of alpaca in there, so it feels so luxurious. And if you need a project, you can customize this over on We Crochet's website.
Yeah, so I did put the link in there so people can go check it out if they want to. I love too that, you know, when City Tweed came out, it was a very dark palette. Like it had the tweed in it. It was very woodsy. It was very dark. And last year we brought in, I can't remember how many, but we brightened it up a little bit. We made it more springy too. So it really can be a piece that you could wear multiple times during the year. I have to say, I love the texture that is in that wrap. I just think it's absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. You know, it's not a ton of different stitches or anything else. I think it's 2 different stitches.
Yep, just 2 different stitches.
And it just is stunning the way that they come together and they play together. And I just love it so much. And you can do it as a wrap, you know, like a shawl. You could do it with a wrap in the front.
Whatever feels good. And look at that drape.
I know.
Like people sometimes get hung up on like, oh, Tunisian crochet makes such a thick fabric. I'm like, that's why we size up our hook. Right. That's why we block our projects.
Right.
So we can get drape like this. Throw in a little bit of animal fiber, honey. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it is true. It is true. If you are working a pattern from somebody who hasn't been doing Tunisian crochet for a while, yes, you can run into that problem where it is going to be thick. It's going to be stiff. It's going to be, I don't want to say not wearable, but it's not going to feel great. But then you can go to somebody like Toni, who knows all with Tunisian and just gets it, like how to put together the yarn and the hook that you're going to need and the stitches. And it just makes this beautiful piece of fabric that you want to drape over yourself and you want to wear. And you want those compliments of, ooh, where'd you get that? Oh, I need it.
And no, I will not make you the best feeling when somebody asks you like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that from? Be like, I made it. I mean, like, it's just, oh, it's the best. And this is definitely one of those pieces that like, it gets looks. People turn heads with this one, especially that bit of tweed in there gives like such a really gorgeous, like visual, you know, texture to it without having to use like a super complicated stitch or technique.
Yes.
It's a great combo. Great combo back here.
And so I'm actually, you know what? Well, let me do this too. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to copy this link to put in here. And this is going to take you to the page that has the hook set. It has the wrap and it has Toni's book. So you'll have one place, just do some clicking, some adding to your cart, and you'll be able to get all of the items that we've been talking about. So you can really start your Tunisian journey. And again, you can do it if you've never done it before. Toni is there to walk you through it. She's got a ton of tutorials, video tutorials, photo tutorials, all of that on her website, YouTube channel, in the book. Like you don't have to be afraid to get started. You are going to find your next love of working with a crochet hook and yarn. I mean, it's just great. I love it.
Be careful. Tunisian crochet is incredibly addictive. I'll just throw that out there. I've taught this technique in person, online. I've shared so much content around it. And that is the response I often get of like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to stop. I finished the return pass and I was like, oh, one more row. And then you're one more rowing till like 2 o'clock in the morning, you know? So just be careful.
It is very, very addicting. I have to say that I did my first hexagon cardigan in Tunisian. And at first I was like, oh, this is going to be horrible because it's in the round. I have to really think about my increases and where they're going. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I sat there and all of a sudden a couple nights in a row while I was working on it, I was like, holy smokes, I need to go to bed. Like, it's so meditative. And you know, I don't know. I haven't found a pattern yet that I have made in Tunisian where I really have to like focus because
Yeah.
in this one I was using stitch markers. So I just knew every time I came to a stitch marker, I did my thing and you just keep going. But I find it more meditative than regular traditional crochet.
I agree. Yeah, it's just I feel like it's akin to knitting in that way. You know, like the small motion of making a knit stitch. You insert your yarn over and you're pulling up that stitch.
Yep.
And it's the same thing in Tunisian crochet. It's that very kind of like micro movement, and that over and over again. It's just so soothing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is different than crochet where you're kind of looping and it's kind of a whole to do. Tunisian crochet is a little bit of a smoother ride. And there's this part of it called the return pass where you work the loops off the hook, and like it can get even more soothing if that's it's even better on the return pass. And that's why you don't want to stop, because you kind of have these two separate motions. Both of them are like, I don't know, it's just I'm obsessed. I can't get over it.
Just one more pull through. It's okay.
We're
gonna just go one more. Oh, one more. Yeah. One more.
one more. Yes, that is exactly what happens. And that's how this project works up so quickly. I know it's very easy to kind of start this and you're like, oh, this will kind of take me a while. You look up 2 days later, you're done, you're starting on your next one. Like it's just it's good stuff.
We love it. Well, thank you again so much for joining us today. Thank you for collaborating with us, guys. This is a gorgeous set, beautiful colors. You're not going to see them again. So if you want them, you need to go get them now because we are running low. We were under 160 or right at 160 just now. So
wow,
go and grab them, because yes, it still sounds like a lot. Like 160 sounds like a lot, but think about it. We were at 500 on Friday,
right?
And we sold out of the one already, and we're down to 160 on the other one. So it's going fast, and you don't want to miss out.
Yeah, don't miss out on them, y'all. And then we can all make our Lameia wraps together. We'll have a good old time.
Yes. And don't forget, if you're not already, go follow Toni, TL Yarn Crafts, on all the socials. Find her website, sign up for her newsletter. You get a lot of great information over from Toni and what's all going on. So I highly recommend going and doing all of that and subscribing for everything over there. So
yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me. And thank you for this collaboration. It's been a dream come true, truly.
It's amazing. Amazing. Happy stitching, everybody. Hopefully you'll be trying some Tunisian if you haven't already, or picking up your Tunisian hook and getting started on a project for your next one. We're so happy. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. See you then.
Bye, y'all.